So some of you may have seen what I also put on my kind of weekly email. So I'm just putting the picture to you guys online. So it's a person standing with a mobile phone. And as you can tell, it's probably when you walk through the streets, when you sit on a tube, when you're on a bus, you just kind of people watch. So there's always that action where people just hang here looking at their phones. And if this becomes a habit, and the head is so heavy, it really puts so much strain on the neck. So as the angle changes, and over time, the neck muscles haven't got that strength to keep us actually upright. So the spine adjusts slowly from not just the head tilting, so we are really curling forward. So and we are really becoming the moves and shapes we're doing most of the time. So it's just a reminder, not just for us, but also especially children or young people, they're doing it more and more. So it doesn't have to be necessarily a phone all the time, but even just reading a book or just writing, maybe something, even being on the computer. So be more aware of your posture. So we are looking at those little things today, strengthening especially the area between our shoulder blades, trapezius, as well as looking at strengthening our neck muscles a little bit today. So it might be a little bit stronger at times. Always tune in, and if you feel a bit, maybe there's some injuries, take it easy, take it slow. So we're starting on our backs. You can stretch out. So it's Friday morning, just give yourself the best stretch. You can put your feet long, your legs long, arms up overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. And just take a few breaths. Just noticing how the breath flows. So you can release those muscles again, just keeping your arms overhead, stretching from fingertips to toes. And on the exhale, begin to bring your knees towards your chest and arms forward as well. So just bring gentle awareness into your spine and especially into your neck area. How is your head resting? Is your chin pointing up towards the ceiling? So perhaps draw your chin closer towards your chest. So you're lengthening through the back of your neck. So a couple of just gentle rocks on your spine because they're on your lower back. As we put strain on the upper back, on the upper neck area, eventually we experience pain in our upper back that might even travel down into the lower back. So take a couple of rocks here, rocking from side to side, maybe small circles, bigger circles, medium circles. Slowly begin to bring your knees back to stillness. Hold on to the backs of your knee, to your knees, to your thighs. And as if you're kind of walking, begin to move your knees one at a time away from you, holding onto your chin, to your kneecap, to your thigh. And that action, as your arm starts to lengthen, you may really push your leg away from you, causing a sensation in your neck and your upper back. So as your leg wants to escape, you try to pull it back in, and that sensation may create more length in your arm. Let the body just move naturally, maybe even it rocks a little bit more from side to side. So we're warming up our hips as well as creating a little bit of release in our neck, in our upper back area. So take one more on each side. And then begin to just let your legs hover again over your belly. So lift your chin, lift your chest, your head off the floor. Move your whole nose towards your knees, curl together like a little ball. So chin really close towards your chest, and then soften again. Bring your legs up towards the ceiling. Give them a bit of a shake. So just let your legs wobble. Arms can be alongside the body, lengthening the tailbone away from you, and begin to just gently scissor your legs. So we are warming up hamstrings, could be a big kind of crossover, could be just a little one. So we're bringing just some length into our hamstrings. If you've got space, you can even bring your feet a little bit wider and then just bring them together, crossing them over. Perhaps experiment flexing your both feet, keeping the feet neutral, keeping the feet pointed. So just noticing how does it change that stretch. Lovely. And then begin to bring those legs to stillness. Have your right leg facing or being the closest to your body. The left leg is the one that could potentially go down. Bend your knees. Let your legs, let your feet just rock towards wherever they kind of rest. You can hold onto your shins, to your knees, to your thighs, to your ankles, to your feet, whatever you can reach. So it's a kind of crossing over. And just a little rock on your spine. Lovely. And then uncross your legs again. Change that crossing, keeping the left leg in front. Hold that stretch for a couple of breaths. Feet can be neutral, can be flexed, can be pointed. And allowing your knees once more to bend, where your legs just find their own way to cross over. You can hold on to knees, shins, calves, feet, ankles, whatever you can reach. And just allowing your hips to open, even though it feels not like opening, but the thigh bones press against the pelvis. A couple of rocks here as well. Lovely. Slowly uncross your legs again. Bring your feet down. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands behind interlace your hands behind the back of your head, please. I'm just standing up so you can see better. Draw your elbows, your upper arms intentionally into the floor. So as if you want to push the earth underneath you, away from you. So kind of squeeze, 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 create that contraction in the shoulder blades and then soften. So coming back in, drawing the elbows towards the earth. So we're pressing the elbows into the earth. So the more you press, the more tension you create, the more you may feel a sensation in between your shoulder blades. Soften. One more time, draw the elbows really into the earth. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Visualize which area we're trying to target. So in between the shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Even pressing the head into your palms. Pressing the head into the earth and then release. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing up, please. So just allowing the shoulder blades to settle. Lengthen. And then crossing your arms over, give yourself a hug, holding here. Bring your chin towards your chest, gently roll off or lift your shoulder blades off the earth. You can bring your chin towards your chest. And then uncurl again, bring your arms out to the sides. Perhaps press the backs of your palms, your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms into the earth. So have the backs of your palms against the earth. Press the arms into the earth, focusing on that sensation in the shoulder blades. Maybe even a gentle kind of pressure force from the back of your head into the earth. And then release, crossing your arms once more, where the opposite arm comes on top. Give yourself a hug. Perhaps chin towards your chest, gently kind of rolling up as if you're looking towards your thighs. Good. And then soften again. Bringing it all together, bring your legs up towards the ceiling, please, crossing the right leg over. And then bringing your arms also, bring your arms up towards the ceiling, cross them over. Bend the elbows, so we're in eagle arms. Bend your knees, please. And on exhale, draw your navel in as you bring elbows towards knees. And then release. So on the exhale, bring elbows towards knees. Chin towards your chest. We're working the core. Release down. So we're in a pretzel position. Do perhaps 2 to 3 more. You can hold that position as long as it feels comfortable, depending on your energy levels. So we're engaging, we're targeting the backs of our shoulders as well as the core. And then bring your feet down again, bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing up, softening the shoulders. So let the breath move into the rib cage, into your front body. Second side, so you can bring your legs up towards the ceiling and cross them over so your left leg is on top. Let your knees bend and your feet kind of flop towards your bottom. Crossing your arms over, so bring them up towards the ceiling. Also change that crossing. Bring them into eagle arms as you bend your elbows. When you're ready, draw your navel in and lift up, kind of into that crunch, that core engagement. Good. And on the inhale, soften, let the upper body come down. So a couple of times. Exhale, draw the navel in, lifting up. You're kind of curling together. You can hold that posture as well. Just make sure you're still breathing. If your neck feels a bit of a kind of tense, bring your chin slightly closer towards your chest. Yeah. So perhaps 2 more. And once you finish, bring both feet down, knees point up, and your arms once more out to the sides, palms face up. So that the difference between palms facing up, you can try the difference. So if you face the palms down, your shoulders internally rotate. If you face your palms up, your shoulder blades are really stretched out on the floor. Once more, bring your hands behind, or interlace your hands behind the back of your head. So we are drawing the elbows once more down. Also press your head into your palms. So you're literally, as if you try to press the floor away from you. The head presses into your palms, the elbows draw out towards the left and to the right. Focus on that sensation. You're in the back of your shoulder blades, and then release. Just soften. So pressing against, head into your palms. Elbows out to the sides. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. So we are strengthening here. Last one, press your head into your palms. Elbows out to the sides, also into the earth. And soften. Maybe bring your arms out to the sides again. Maybe shake them out. Maybe even bring them up towards the ceiling. Let them shake. Good. Perhaps gentle neck roll. So as your head is on the floor, let your head just roll from side to side. We are stretching in a very gentle fashion our neck. So when we're here on the floor, the shoulders are down. We're in a kind of neutral position. And we try to keep that alignment almost when we are walking upright. But the head is too heavy as a bowling ball, 5 kilograms. So it tilts forward, tries to keep that balance. Lovely. From here, either rock up into onto all fours or roll onto one side. So however you want to switch positions. So in tabletop, perhaps have padding underneath your knees if you wish. So if it feels slightly uncomfortable. So we are warming up the spine for some gentle cat and cow. So dropping the belly and rounding your spine, pushing your bottom back. So stretching up, swimming through as you come out. And inhale, soften, bring your chin towards your chest as your whole spine curves. And you keep that curve, keep that round spine until your bottom reaches your heels or comes towards your heels. So extending and flexing. So in the moment we bring the chin a little closer towards the chest, we are lengthening and keeping that tailbone really rounded until we almost reach our final landing position. Stretching the whole back line of our spine. And finish that last movement. We're meeting back in neutral tabletop. So have your hands, once you're in tabletop, underneath your shoulders, please. And keeping your elbows locked. So we are dropping the rib cage and focuses on in between the shoulder blades, and then we are pressing into the earth, lifting up. So we're dropping the rib cage and lifting up. So it's a very subtle sensation. And kind of visualize your spine, your neck, your head is on a skewer. So you keep your tailbone, your mid back, your upper back, and your head in one line. So the only thing that really, so your spine literally moves in one piece. So once you have that action of focusing on that area in between the shoulder blades, so we are literally releasing and kneading that there, coming back to neutral. Walk your hands a little bit further forward. So having the same action, we need to engage the core. So keep your spine nice and long, even in line with your head. And then drop the spine as well. So drawing that awareness in between your shoulder blades. So you're dropping the rib cage, just slightly. It's the same action, but we are changing the position of our hands, which may let the core keep it. So we are keeping the neck nice and long, so the head pulls forward as your shoulder blades draw towards one another and together. Lovely. If you want, you can lift your toes, so almost move into plank. So the same action in plank. So keeping those shoulders, again, it's optional. The moment you have your arms slightly forward, is also engaging for your spine. Lovely. So it's a little stronger here. Cool. Coming back to neutral. Just allowing your head, you can walk your hands back. Maybe you can circle through your wrist, letting your neck, your head soften. Good. Walk both hands towards the long edge to the left side of the long edge of your mat. Just looking towards your hands. We are stretching through the right rib cage, through the right side. Move your right hand a little bit further forward and breathe into that sensation in your right rib cage. So letting your neck, your head also soften. So it's pure action for your rib cage, for your spine. One more breath. And then slowly walk your head back. Maybe a little bit of a wiggle. How does the right side feel compared to your left side? Second side, so both hands in line on the right edge of on the long edge of your right side. Bring your left hand a little bit further forward. So you can adjust that left hand, almost walk it as far away from that right hand as you wish to. Breathe and experience that stretch. Lovely, one more breath. And then slowly coming back to center. So, a little bit of a wiggle. Coming into that bird dog posture. So any padding against the knee as well. Extend the left leg behind you, right arm reaches out in front of you. Activate your core. And then bring both hands, arm and leg down. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down. And visualize keeping the neck, your spine, and your tailbone in one line. So you're looking down towards your hand. So lengthening the neck. Lovely. Strong birds, strong bird dogs. So coming back to neutral. So adding on from here, still on the same side, the same leg, left leg, right arm reaches out on the inhale. Bring your hand down, keep the foot long, tilt that right leg out, your left Foot out to the side, so we are opening up to the left side, reaching your left, just the big toe remains on the floor. Bring your left arm up and overhead, so you're stretching. Look down towards your right hand, so we're lengthening also your neck. Good. And then coming back to center. So a bit of a flow, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down, turn around, stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt and open up to that left side. So it's still the same side. Notice that transition, so that bird dog, then you bring your right leg down, tilt up, so your body is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Take one more. So it takes a little bit of probably where we are in space. And then find your kind of neutral tabletop again. A couple of tabletop circles as you just lengthen the spine. You can rock around a bit like a spider perhaps. So find that softness, fluidity again. Good. Coming back to neutral tabletop. So second side, draw your belly button into your activating the core. Left arm and right foot lengthen. And then bring it down. Focus on the length in your spine. So everything is in one line. Lift and lower. So just activating and lengthening. And then adding on from here again. So the next time you come from bird dog into neutral tabletop, extend your right leg, tilt your left leg out as you reach up your right arm up and then overhead. So we are opening up towards the right, towards the long edge of our mat. Then coming back to neutral tabletop, lengthen left arm, right leg. So we're staying on the same side and transitioning here to that stretch. Reaching over and opening up. Lovely. Last one here, opening. And coming back to neutral tabletop. Perhaps swinging around, so tabletop circles, if you want to sit in child's pose, resting. So whatever feels most appropriate. So if you're in child's pose, make sure you support your forehead, whether it's through your hands, through your fists, or through the floor. So bringing that strength into our bodies. So it's always that kind of interplay between strength and flexibility. From your tabletop, from child's pose, please come onto tabletop. Curl your toes under, and when we lift up into downward dog, bring your awareness into your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, and in between your shoulder blades. So lift up into your downward dog. So the more you perhaps even press your palms, your fingertips into the earth, perhaps as if you want to kind of individually press all those fingertips into the floor, the more it activates your shoulders. Look towards your thighs, towards your shins, your calves, that length that releases your neck. And from here, walk towards the front of your mat, please. Coming into standing forward fold, staying for a couple of breaths. And then very slowly uncurl, rise up. Good. So doing some sun salutations in a slightly slower way and more focus on shoulders. So from the front of your mat, please. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, lengthening. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Lovely. Exhale, folding forward. Hands down. Step with your left foot back, the right foot back into plank. Bring your knees down. So keep your hands a little bit further forward. So the same action from earlier. Shift your bottom forward. Keep that length in your spine. Begin to bend your arms. Activate your core. Lower, perhaps just a little bit. Lengthening, drawing the shoulder blades together. Lower down a little more. Holding here. Stopping here. Squeezing the shoulder blades. And then slowly lower all the way down. Bring your arms behind you, palms facing down. So press your palms into the earth, your forehead rests on the floor. Chin a little bit closer towards your chest, so you're lengthening through the back of your neck. On the inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your head. Press your hands into the earth. Lift your feet. Lift your hands, reach your hands towards your feet. So we're perhaps squeezing the shoulder blades together, with like flying. Good. Exhale down, hands underneath your shoulders. Take 2 deep breaths into your belly. Lovely. On the inhale, push up into tabletop and downward dog. So allowing yourself to wiggle here, perhaps feet as wide as your yoga mat. Good. And then slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Keep your knees bent. Release your neck. Stay for 2 long breaths, forward fold. And breathe into the back of your into the backs of your rib cage. Slowly rise up as you uncurl. So the same action of the sun salutation, but slightly different focus. One more round. Inhale, lift your arms up. Lengthen, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift as you look towards front, or your chest lifts. Exhale, folding forward, hands down. Step your right foot back, left foot back. Landing, activating through the belly button. So holding here, pressing, breathing, lengthening, drawing the heels back. One more breath. And then bring your knees down and slowly kind of go in stages. Elbows bent, keep that length in your spine, squeezing the shoulder blades. Slowly lower, one more level. And then all the way down. Bring your forehead onto the earth. Arms reach back, palms down. So lifting up here in stages again. Inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your head. Palms press down and reach pretty much back. Lift your legs, lift your hands, reaching back. Breathing for 1 or 2 breaths. And exhale, hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your right ear this time down. Softening here, lengthening through your neck. Perhaps some shoulder rolls, maybe as you rest here. So pretending you're, or just rolling through the shoulders. Turn your ear onto the opposite side, so the left ear rests. Bit of a shoulder wiggle. Press into your hands again, up into tabletop, and all the way up into downward dog. So any free movement here, you can lift one leg up, you can crisscross, you can just wiggle here, maybe still downward dog. Perhaps just nodding your head from side to side here as well. So just find a bit of a release. Lovely. And begin to get ready to walk your hands, this time hands towards your feet as you get to the back of your mat. And slowly uncurl, unroll, vertebra and vertebra. Lovely. And roll your shoulders back. Oh, good. From the back of your mat, step forward with your right foot, please. Coming to warrior 2 stance. Left foot is parallel, right foot forward. As you bend your front knee, kind of just warming up, let your knee track over your second, your third toe. So there may be a possibility where the knee kind of is a little weak and points in, so take the knee out so it points over your second, third toe. Bring your arms out to the sides as you bend your front knee. Bring your left hand behind your head. So notice if your elbow points forward, so then draw that elbow back, so literally pointing in the same direction, looking over your right hand. Good. Drawing that elbow back, activating the back of your shoulder. Bring the right hand down, your left arm reaches over, so either hand or forearm, lengthening, extended side angle. Look down towards your right foot, look up towards your hand. Lovely. Reversing the warrior. Bring your left hand onto your left thigh, lengthening. Look down towards your left foot. Reversing warrior again. Right hand onto your right thigh or forearm, reaching up and over, lengthening from your left little toe to your left little finger. Looking down towards your right foot. Last one here, reversing your warrior. From the bend, look towards your left foot. And then back into traditional warrior two. Arm forward. Bring your left hand again behind your head. Again, behind the back of your head. As you look over your right finger. Good. And then releasing. And turn your feet in. Good. So you're facing the long edge of your mat. Begin to slowly fold forward, holding on to whatever feels comfortable. Focus here on softening, lengthening through the back of your head. Perhaps bring your chin a little closer. Maybe just softly nod your head or shake your head, say yes, say no. If you want, you can bring your hands on the floor, keep them on your shins, on your thighs, more parallel. Lovely. Changing the position of your hands, crossing your arms over. So your right hand holds onto your right thigh, knee, shin, and just staying for 2 or 3 more breaths. Lovely. So that causes a bit of a sensation in the back of your neck. Bending your knees as you release your arms, slowly roll up to standing. Back. Good. Bring your feet together. So, before we go on to the second side, just a little bit of free. Twist, release. You can change back, you can turn on to face the short edge of your mat. Bending perhaps your elbows just slightly, noticing how does it feel in the back, in between your shoulders. And then soften that movement. Let the movement slowly come down to stillness. Second side, left foot forward, right foot back, warrior two setup. So as you begin to bend through your left knee, just do it how you usually do it. And then pay more awareness, pay more attention, how your knee tracks, where your knee is tracking. So whether it's kind of almost circling or if it's tracking over your second, third toe. So we re-educate the muscles so they're strengthening the knee joint. Lovely. And then find that stillness. Bring your arms into warrior. Looking over your left middle finger. Check in on your knee. Bring your right hand behind your head. You're still looking over your left finger. Draw that elbow back. So almost pretty much the extension of your arm. Lovely. Breathe as you strengthen those shoulders. Left hand comes down or forearm. Reach your right arm up and over. Lengthen. Look down towards your left foot. Look up towards your hand. Look back to neutral. Reverse your warrior. Good. Look down towards your right foot. Reverse your warrior into extended side angle. Leaning forward, looking down towards your left foot. If you want and it feels okay for your neck, you can look up towards your right hand. Reverse your warrior again. lengthening, look down towards your right foot. And back to warrior two, new normal position here, normal warrior two. Bring your hand once more behind your head, draw that elbow back, breathe, good. Good warrior, strong warriors, and then soften your arms, soften your legs. Turn your feet once more out. Any just normal forward, wherever you want to be. Focus on just on it with tension release from the upper back. So wherever your hands want to be, your feet can be as wide as it feels comfortable for the stance. Shift your weight just slightly into the outer edges of your feet. So you engage more the outer edges of your feet where the kind of the line where the small toe is running across. So that lifts the arches slightly as well. And then release that contraction, slowly roll up to standing again. Bring your feet together. And turn back onto your mat, facing the shoulders of the mat. Good. Once more, that strengthening of our neck and the shoulders. Arms out to the sides. Begin to just turn your palms out, turn your palms down, and notice how this actually translates into the whole kind of line here from your elbows into the shoulders. So it's a similar connection as our feet, knee, and hip. So here it's fingers or wrists, elbows, shoulders. Lovely. Bit of shoulder rolls. By using almost the full arm, you can almost exaggerate, look, leaning forward, almost rotating forward. And soften, shake out your arms. Any gentle neck serve. So give your neck some TLC. Maybe a bit more of a stretch. You can tilt your head to one side, roll your neck. So any movement, keep them slow and quite focused. Lovely. And find your way slowly back to stillness. So drawing the shoulders back, standing nice and tall. So even notice maybe your head. So the head at some point becomes more forward pointing. So it's bringing the shoulders back, noticing if your head is still forward, and kind of gently tilt it back. So it's keeping the neck parallel and just bring the head further back. And even just breathe. How does breathing feel? Does it feel more accessible? Does it feel it's more nourishing? And even kind of release that more unfamiliar hold. So almost just exaggerate that posture, that slump a little bit more, and then try to breathe. So that posture impacts us structurally, but also from a breathing point of view, and it makes us feel more closed down, more negative, lack of self-confidence. So right hand, yeah, I'm not mirroring, right hand behind the back of your head. So have that action once more. Your head is pushing into your palm and your palm into your head. So we want that action. Take your left arm out to the side, turn your hand, bring it behind your back. So elbows from here to opening up, pressing that head into your palms and breathing into that front body. And then release. So one more time, opening up. Press the back of your hand into your palms, palms into your hand. Lovely. And then soften. Release your hands. We're doing the same thing on the second side. So left hand behind your head. So notice or just kind of check out how that tension feels. And then just set up your left arm, bring it behind your back. So it's that action where we rotate shoulders. And then begin to push your head back. Your elbows also draw out to the sides and back and soften. One breath in between. Set yourself up once more. The head pushes back, so we are strengthening the muscles supporting our head. And then softening. Good. Any movement, any neck movement, any kind of wiggling. So just find kind of a little bit more of a release, or maybe a bit of a twist as you look over your shoulder. Maybe you want to lean forward, maybe fall. Just let your arms naturally, because arms are also heavy, they're kind of attached to the rib cage, which impacts breathing and posture. Lovely. Coming back down towards the earth. So remember that arm position. We're doing something on our front if that feels okay. So same arm position. One hand behind your head, one hand rotated back. So that's the position we want with both sides. So if it's too strong, you can always have, you can always just stick with one version. I showed you before we get down onto the floor. So that's strengthening. So you can have one hand here and just resting here, perhaps lifting here. You can have the hands set up as we were standing and lift, perhaps change that arm while you're still hovering. So it's a little stronger, but you can even just use the arm, perhaps just rest it as resting, lifting it, hovering, almost as if you're swimming. So that in itself strengthens the back of your shoulders. So you can travel for a downward dog if you want, a bit more of a movement, a bit of a maybe stretch. And then we meet all the way on our bellies, on our front. So you can start, depending on strength, if you want to stick with the less strenuous version, we'll support one forehead and kind of just swim with your arm, keeping everything on the floor. If you want to have more of that stronger version, keep the length in your spine, so looking down towards the floor. As you lift, that strengthens the lower back. You change the position of your arms, similar to what we just did standing. At any point, soften, wiggle your bottom. So it's quite strong in the lower back, but also in the upper back. Don't forget to breathe while you're swimming, in whatever way your capacity you're swimming. If you're using one arm, change sides, so you're balancing both sides of the body. You can experiment lifting feet up, keeping feet down. How does it change? How does it translate to the lower back? So take pauses in between, please. Adjust. And then finish that last bit. Bring your arms underneath your neck, underneath your head, and just soften here. So you're literally resting. Focusing on breathing into your belly button area, so that diaphragmatic breath, those deep breaths. You can always wiggle your bottom a little bit from side to side, so that releases the lower back as it strengthens the lower and the upper back. Lovely. And then from here, roll onto your back, and we're meeting, hugging our knees back into our chest. So literally child's pose on the back. So again, we are lengthening the spine into the earth. So finding that length through the back of your head to your neck. If you wish, you can curl together like in a ball, so we can take it in the opposite direction. That's fine. Softening here. If you want, you can extend both legs up towards the ceiling, stretching, wiggling your feet, letting the feet just soften. Once more, a bit of a stretch through the back of your legs. And then bring the left foot down, just holding onto the back of your right thigh, stretching through the hamstring. So keeping the whole body quite soft. So just the focus on the lower part of your legs. So keeping the left foot down and your right leg up towards the ceiling. Play with the position of your foot as well, so you can keep it neutral, keep it pointed, flexed. Just softening. If you wish, you can lift up your chest, your shoulder, moving your nose towards your thigh, towards your knee, activating through the core. So you can hold here or just go in and out. So on the inhale, come back to the floor. Exhale, you're lifting your body, your upper body up towards your leg again. So take one more on the right side. And then hug your right knee in towards your chest. Extend that left leg out in front of you. So one leg is on the floor, the left leg is on the floor, your right knee is hugged towards your chest. Hold on to that right knee for a little bit longer. So you're stretching for the left hip flexor as well as to the right buttocks, right glutes. And we're moving into a twist from here. So with your left hand, guide your right knee over towards your left side. So your right leg moves towards the floor. You can roll your shoulders back, perhaps take your right arm out to the side, palm faces up. As you turn your neck, your head towards the extended arm as well. So your leg, your right leg and your right leg points into one direction and you're taking your gaze over towards that extended right arm. Palm up, so the shoulder is facing down, and breathe into the right side of your body. So once more, it stretches out the shoulders, the shoulder blades. So a couple of deep breaths. You can keep your left hand on top of on the outside of your right thigh as you're softening. If you want to progress, you can extend that right leg out. So instead of having it bent, you extend that right leg out. So that adds just a different dimension to the outer hamstring. So again, it's an option. Bend your knee and just keep it in that twist if you wish. Lovely. One more breath. And then turn back onto your, roll back onto your back. Having both knees bent, please. And extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. So your right foot comes back down onto the earth, knees bent. And the left leg stretches up towards the ceiling. So similar hamstring stretch here. So I will just stay here. Just flexing, pointing your foot. And when you're ready, you can lift your shoulders, your head towards your left knee. So literally holding onto that left thigh as you move closer, so that stretches the back line again. So if you do decide to come up, do it on the exhale. If your neck feels uncomfy, bring your chin closer towards your neck. So that may take that strain off those neck muscles. Sometimes they tend to feel a bit tense as we lift up, as the head is of quite a certain weight. Okay. And finish that last one. Once you're finished, hug your left knee in towards your chest, extend that right leg away from you on the floor. So that right leg kind of just rests on the floor, stretching through the right hip flexor as you hold onto to the left shin, to the left kneecap. So just softening here. And then with your right hand, you can guide your left leg over towards the right side as we move into the twist. And your left arm reaches out towards the side, palm faces up. So your right hand can rest on your left thigh. As you look over your your left shoulder, if that feels okay for you. So optional again, you can extend that left leg out. So it just creates a stronger sensation for the outside of your left thigh, the left outer hamstring. Switching off the light and then we can slowly move it. Finish slowly, roll onto your back again. You can hug both knees in towards your chest, so like just a way of putting yourself back together. And then use any socks or put on any socks, jumpers, blankets. So eyes can be closed or a soft gaze. So if you have your knees bent, let your knees kind of support each other as your feet are more aligned to the outside edges of your mat. If your legs are stretched out, let your feet roll out open, so there's no holding. You can bring your arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Rolls the shoulders once more down. Let your whole upper body melt into the earth. Sense back into your body. Just feel those connection points of your back body against the earth. And then consciously release your body with every exhale. It feels heavier. Let that heaviness fill your feet, your shins, your thighs, your pelvis. Soften your abdominals. And soften your rib cage. Your shoulders, arms, backs of your hands, wrists. Feel the weight of your head being supported by the earth. Soften all the muscles in your face. Soften your neck. And release any remaining tension where we exhale. Your whole body is at ease. Your breath's quiet, your mind calm. So I'll leave you here for a couple of more moments. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. So very slowly and gradually invite deeper breaths back into your body. To wiggle your fingers, your toes, also rock your neck, your head from side to side. Perhaps even noticing here maybe any imbalances, any tension and pulling. And then stretch your arms up, always stretch from fingertips to toes. Best stretch of the day, of the week perhaps. And And then hug your knees into your chest. So either remain still or just gentle rock from side to side. And roll over to one side and stay there for a breath or two. So helping adjust the nervous system back to movement. Find your way back into any seated position, please. So taking one more breath. So bring your arms up, lengthening, sit up nice and tall, palms together, draw them towards your heart center. So remember, the body is the only place we have to live. The forms and movement we make shape us. Namaste. Lovely weekend.